In today's project we're going to work on the scallop edge hanger cover, and this is using an existing clothing hanger, and we want to apply a nice cover to it. And what this is that there's really no science to it. You can probably just do a whole whack of these all at one time. Recommending a Bernat Super Value yarn. You can use or you can use Karen 1 pound yarn, 5mm size H crochet hook, and we're going to begin this, and it's really quite simple to be able to follow. So let's grab a hanger and let's begin. So let's begin at the top. I'm recommending that you start on one side and then just crochet over the top in the middle and go down the other side. If you just start on the one side and then you stop on the other, it has the potential to slip. So what I'm gonna recommend is that you start on one side of the top of the hanger and then progress right over top of the other. So just pick it up and just put the hook underneath and put your yarn into your hand as normal, and then just grab the yarn and pull through, like pull around the frame, and then just single crochet. So you're just gonna single crochet as many times as you possibly can around the frame. So just do another one. So it's easier to put this between your legs and crochet around than it is to leave it on a table like I am. Just for argument's sake, you're saying that looks so awkward. It is awkward if it's on a table. I'm not gonna deny it. So we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna do a total of 3 of these, and then I'm gonna jump over the top of the middle section. Okay, so getting started I think is the hardest part, like anything, right? So you're just gonna push it towards the middle just so that you have all the tension out of this, and then just going up over top the other side of the frame. So what I want to do is that I'm gonna just follow the frame all the way around, applying as many single crochets as possible, and the scalloping edge that we're going to apply at the end of this, and basically the next time we come back, is really quite straightforward to be able to follow. So just single crochet around the entire frame, and then we'll be back just to quickly review, and then I'll see you then. So I'm just gonna put this between my legs and finish off the rest of the frame. Okay, once you get all the way back to the very top, then I want you just to not join it yet. Just leave it a gap and just trim this yarn just enough to get a tapestry needle in it. You're gonna see this most of the times in the top, so you wanna make a good job at the top. So just put this into a tapestry needle. And you're gonna do what is called as an invisible join. So right in the top of the first single crochet that you have, I want you to drag the hook or yarn with the tapestry needle through the actual stitch as if it was an actual crochet hook. So just drag it through, and then just drag it down through the middle of the first one that you had started from, and just pull everything nice and tight. Once you have that done, I want you then just to just turn it over and just drag it through the underneath of the stitch work. So go once and go back in the other direction through a slightly different path, but still underneath, twice, and finally 3 times is a charm. So now turning the hanger upside down, so it's just towards me here, I want you to start on any stitch near to the edge. Okay, so just right at the bottom. We're gonna apply our scallops right at the base. Create a slip knot first, and just look for one that looks like it's decent. So it's just about there, and we're going to attach it with a slip stitch, and keeping that down on top, we're gonna bury that. So skip over 2 more stitches, so 1 and 2, go to the 3rd, and we're going to apply 7 double crochets into that one stitch. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 right there. So skip over, then we're gonna skip another 2, and we're going to slip stitch in the next. So skip over 2, go to the 3rd and slip stitch. So just pull through and through, and then skip another 2 stitches, and then 7 double crochets in the next one. And what I want you to do is go all the way across the base of this until you get very close to the other side. You can always just adjust things if you have to at that point. So just 7 double crochets then, and then you're going to then skip over 2, slip stitch, skip over 2, and then 7 more double crochets. Please do that all the way across the base. So just working my way across, and because you put so many stitches in the edges here, sometimes there's a little bit too many. So what I'm doing is that sometimes it can look like it's all like bunched up. So just kind of spread them out and just kind of just work them out so they kind of stay flat. And if you have to push any further down, that's awesome. So it's better to do it now, because then you realize you don't have to probably do as many by the time you get to the other edge. So I'm just gonna continue to scallop to the other side, and then if you've got too many here, just push it around and it will come back up to the top side here, making its way back to the top. So please continue to scallop. Okay, once you get close to the other side and you know everything is movable pretty much, that you are done. So I've just slip stitched into the final one here. So all I'm just going to do is just trim my yarn and then use a tapestry needle to kind of weave in those ends so that they never fall out. Pull it nice and tight. Just take your tapestry needle and I need you to weave it in and out total of 3 times. So just underneath the stitch work, just going across. So once, going back in the other direction, slightly different path. Try not to impede the outside look, and then back in the other direction a 3rd time. So now that that's in, you can just safely trim it, and now you can just go through your hanger and just kind of even things out, and it's pretty good to go. And I buried my loose end as I went, so the very first strand that I started with I can get rid of as well. And this would be how you would do a crochet based hanger, just like you see, with a bit of scalloping edge on it, and it's actually pretty awesome. And now I can hang a nice coat, a suit coat, and etc. So you know, once you put your suit coat on there, it's really quite awesome. So this is it for now. Have a great day. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.